Hello, my name is Dr. Rick Heyman and I'm a Senior Lecturer in Sports Coaching at Northumbria University in the United Kingdom. And welcome to this narrative presentation which provides insights into my experiences of using a flipped learning approach with undergraduate sports students over the past 4 academic years. Specifically, I will overview what flipped learning is, how it promotes active learning, why and how I implemented the approach, the obstacles faced, how these were overcome, and the consequent benefits upon overall student experience. So this pedagogical innovation places students at the heart of their learning. Within such a setting, they are first exposed to new topics outside of formal class-based environments, having to complete pre-assigned tasks prior to attending timetabled sessions. This preparation in advance means classes can be delivered using more problem-based, interactive and practically applied ways. So growing evidence suggests traditional teaching approaches in higher education may be unbefitting for the changing profile, diversity and size of modern-day university student populations. The main thrust of flipped learning seeks to consistently challenge and stretch students in applying their developing knowledge of theoretical concepts and subject matter to real-world problems, scenarios and settings. Rather than passively receiving information, class time is spent undertaking active, hands-on learning, enabling greater scope to apply knowledge and to share and reflect upon practical examples and experiences, all important drivers in supporting students to reach their full potential. So for the past 4 years at Northumbria, I've used this teaching method to deliver a semesterised final year undergraduate sport coaching module, which in all cases, student cohort numbers range between 70 and 100. Historically, the students had underperformed on the module with a track record for poor levels of engagement, attendance and achievement. Their feedback though revealed they liked the module topic, which was talent identification and high performance coaching, but disliked the delivery formats employed. Previously, the module had been taught over 2 semesters by means of a 2-hour lecture and subsequent 2-hour seminar on a fortnightly basis. After discussing best practice with colleagues from across the sector with experience in flipped learning delivery, I started work on restructuring the design of my module. So for 12 consecutive weeks, students were now required to complete several pre-attendance activities prior to attending both a 90-minute whole cohort seminar on a Monday afternoon and then a 90-minute tutorial consisting of small groups of 20 taking place on Fridays in an open plan information technology suite. All pre-assigned tasks introduced students with materials to be debated in class and were available to download from the institution's virtual learning repository. Elements of the pre-attendance workload were to be completed either individually, in pairs, and occasionally in groups of 3 or 4. For all students, this was their first encounter of flipped learning, and many were initially overwhelmed by the greater workload and responsibility. Initially, most found the transition challenging to manage, thus causing heightened nervousness and uncertainty. However, as the weeks passed and they started to acclimatise with the approach, there were gradual signs of improvements in perseverance and effort. The majority had started arriving to classes more prepared, more confident and more motivated to learn. So based on my experiences, I propose a series of recommendations and top tips for fellow academics, educational developers and senior management teams seeking guidance to plan and implement flipped learning within their future teaching and learning practice. So firstly, be honest and upfront with future cohorts prior to them embarking on their flipped learning journey. Educate them about its very concepts. place special emphasis on the added responsibility and workload, what to expect in and out of class, plus how much time they will need to commit to independent study. Also, map out what the module will look like and how it differs from traditional delivery formats they are more familiar with. Securing suitable classroom space and infrastructure enabling for interactive, technology-enhanced and group-based learning is key. Ensuring sessions are like the timetable within open plan settings with information technology facilities is strongly recommended. The early stages of flipped learning can also be a particularly sensitive time for student uptake and engagement. Therefore, it is important to offer additional academic and personal guidance to ensure they have accurate expectations of the approach and feel suitably confident, prepared and supported. I'd encourage all staff to complete all assigned pre-attendance tasks, as this opportunity to openly discuss and contribute their own experiences plus knowledge is likely to strengthen rapport and relationships with your students. And finally, maybe contemplate implementing a partial flipped learning module instead of flipping entirely all at once. For example, 3 to 4 weeks of traditional delivery followed by 2 to 3 weeks of more flipped approaches. So, overall, the approach has helped to transform a Level 6 sports coaching module historically typified by student disengagement, intermittent attendance and underperformance to one exemplifying much more improved motivation to learn, higher achievement levels and better employability skills development. Flipped learning eventually won over most of the students. It positioned them more centrally than ever before within their university learning. Plus it supported various academic and personal skills such as reflection, evaluation and active listening. All key attributes expected of work-ready graduates entering the contemporary world of employment. Regular formative assessment and learning collaboratively with peers were also very well received. So I strongly encourage all interested colleagues to try out with the approach in the future. Thank you for listening and all best wishes.